We've all had days where we found an extra dollar or two in our wallets and considered our day to be a lucky one. Well, what if you received $700,000 in one day? How lucky would that day be? Well, that's what happened to Australian golfer Harrison Endycott, who suddenly had $700,000 in his bank account one day. How did that happen? Let's find out in this video, starting off with a payday that changed Endycott's career. Harrison Endycott just began his debut in the US PGA Tour in September and had a lot of high hopes for himself, but ended up getting what he wished for very early on. With his debut tour playing as a rookie, he hadn't expected to get serious money until much later in his career, but just this week, he earned $700,000 one day. Part of this has to do with his big win at the Corn Ferry Tour. Before he began on his first PGA Tour, he'd won the Huntsville Championship and finished 20th overall in the tour, but his prize money hadn't come in until his US PGA Tour. One day, as he was prepping for his fourth round of the Fortinet Championship, he got a text message that he'd won about $215,000. This made Endycott realize that the 26-year-old was now playing for some serious money. But his earnings for the day didn't stop there. On the same day, he received his PGA Tour card, which automatically led him to receive $500,000. This was all thanks to the new program initiated by PGA Tour in an attempt to stop players from being lured away to its biggest competitor, Live Golf. With the Earnings Assurance Program, rookie players who will compete in 15 tournaments are supposed to receive $500,000 up front. This was announced in August by Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan to show that they didn't just value its biggest players, but its members as well. Up next, here's more on Harrison's reactions to the whole thing. The new South Welshman was nothing but emotional when he received his tour card. Speaking to 9 News Sydney, he explained how this was something he dreamed of for years and didn't expect to get so lucky so early on. Endycott isn't taking such a head start for granted, as he realizes how without this new program introduced by PGA, tours will take a huge financial load off of him. What does that financial load look like? Well, if you're a new golfer, there are several things you have to throw your money at, ranging from hotel bookings, golf equipment, travel expenses, etc. The initial fee is about $100, with a $50 locker room fee, but that doesn't scratch the surface of all the expenses that come in between. Endycott stated he knew several players who'd gone completely broke when they begun their PGA Tour, but he felt financially sorted now because of his big paycheck. With this big amount tucked safely in his pocket, he claims he's going to focus fully on his golf playing skills now. Since he doesn't have to worry about earning more money for the time being, he stressed that he's only going to aim for more points. To do that, he's going to go back to playing like an amateur. Harrison spoke more about the financial strain that rookie golf players experience. He claimed that it doesn't matter how many majors you've won, every player is on the same page and shares the same financial worries. Moving on to Harrison's celebration and gratitude. The 26-year-old celebrated this huge career milestone along with his father. This made his big day even more emotional. His father had flown in all the way from Australia to watch him play at the Fortinet Championship. While speaking to the press, he explained he never thought his father would be the one presenting him with his PGA Tour card. What made this achievement even more special for the Australian player was the family tragedy that had pushed him towards it. Harrison Endycott revealed that he'd lost his mother at the age of 15 to ovarian cancer. While she wasn't there to receive his tour card, Harrison believed that she was there in spirit to watch him fulfill his dreams. The 26-year-old explained that he had to come a long way to get to this point. After his mother's death, he had to leave Australia to go on the PGA Latin America Tour. While speaking about the difficulties of living abroad, he revealed that not speaking the native language put him at a serious disadvantage. With all that in his past, no wonder he shed a few tears while accepting his tour card. The humble golfer admitted that he had come a long way and was ready to beat players that he couldn't even dream of competing against. At the same time, Harrison also admitted that it would take a long time for him to accept that he's one of the big players now, following up with Endycott's plans ahead. Playing at the Sanderson Farms this week, he's shocked but not surprised to be the only Australian player at the tournament. But with the new push he got from his earnings, he's ready to make another win for the Aussies. When asked about the Live Golf offers, the Australian player clearly sided with the PGA Tour. He claimed that as a professional golf player, he wanted to stick with the PGA Tour as it offered him to play in the best tournaments in the world. He compared it with basketball players and their affinity towards NBA or rugby players' affinity towards the NRL. The 26-year-old also claimed that the PGA Tour has a history and a tradition that he wouldn't want to give up for just a short and quick cash grab opportunity. Being so in love with the game, he wanted to stick around for the long haul. Moving on to other news, let's take a look at how Live Golf is faring in its inaugural championship. With money pouring in from Saudi investors, Live Golf is promising to change the face of golf golf and take the PGA Tour head-on. It promises $25 million in its purse at events, so there's some big money involved. So it's finally wrapped up its individual inaugural championship and crowned America's Dustin Johnson as its first winner. He claimed 5 top 10 finishes in all the 6 events he's been a part of this season. The 38-year-old won the Live Golf Invitational in Boston as well. All of this earned him $18 million. The runner-up was South Africa's Brandon Grace, who finished in the final event. He will receive $8 million, and the player getting third place will earn $4 million. Winner Dustin Johnson expressed his gratitude for being the first winner of his championship and looked forward to its future. The chief of Live Golf, Greg Norman, claimed that Live Golf's history couldn't have been written without a player like Dustin Johnson. Adding more praise for the American player, he stated Johnson had definitely earned his stay and deserved all the praise and credit for being the first winner. Let's see who finishes up behind him. Moving on to Live Golf's solution to its biggest problem. One of the most controversial aspects of the Saudi-backed Live Golf series is how it's not recognized by the official World Golf Ranking. Because of this, players can slide down the rankings and not gain entry into different majors. Live Golf members are also banned from PGA Tour events, but Live Golf has recently signed an alliance with the MENA Tour, which would allow its players to gain rankings. The MENA has been officially recognized by the official World Golf Ranking since 2016. It includes about 54 hole events and covers North Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. So players have added the MENA Tour to their schedules, but there hasn't been any confirmation from OWGR if being a part of the tour would automatically earn them world ranking points. Still, the tour commissioner, David Spencer, believed that this alliance would be beneficial for both parties involved and called it an exciting day for MENA Tour and the players. The tournament begins this Friday, and he expects OWGR to confirm the ranking points before that. Finally, Tom Kim makes history at the Shrine's Children's Open. South Korea's Tom Kim set a new record by being the first golfer since Tiger Woods to win 2 PGA Tour events before the age of 21. He won the Wyndham Championship in August, and this month, he won the Shriners Children's Open. In 1996, Tiger Woods earned his first 2 PGA Tour wins, so the 20-year-old is following in the footsteps of the great. While speaking to the press, Kim claimed that he felt like a kid at Disneyland. He stated that just a few months ago, he didn't have any status in the golf scene in America, and now he shares the same record as the best golf player America had to offer. He also thanked his team and claimed that they worked just as hard as him to get to that point. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of Harrison's life-changing day? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.